Welcome back to another insightful episode of Insights. I'm your host, Rob, and joining me today is my great friend and fellow host, Matt. We're here to dive deep into the current topic of our daily Kabbalah studies, exploring the fascinating concept of curses and blessings in the work. So, let's get started. Now, to kick things off, let's understand our purpose. We all strive to reach the form of bestowal, but here's the twist. Our nature is to receive. It's completely opposite to the purpose of our life.
That's right, and that's where the middle comes in. We have to go through both receiving and bestowing to attain our purpose. It's like walking a tightrope, finding that balance to bestow contentment to the Creator.
Absolutely. And one way to transform a curse into a blessing is by changing our relationship with the Creator. We need to shift from receiving to bestowing. But how do we do that?
Well, it starts with connecting with our friends. In that connection, we begin to understand how our ego works. By overcoming our will to receive together, we can truly turn a curse into a blessing.
Excellent point. Now, let's talk about how we can give pleasure to the Creator. It all comes down to being in the right environment, like a 10. In that 10, we learn to connect above our egoistic nature.
Yes, that's the key. We help each other overcome our egoistic nature by bestowing to one another, and through this connection, we can bring that pleasure to the Creator.
Absolutely. But here's the thing. What hinders us from connecting to each other?
Well, it's our evil inclination, our will to receive for ourselves. Only when we build the proper relationship between all our friends will we succeed. The right connection is everything.
Wise words. Now let's talk about acts of restriction in the 10.
Acts of restriction. This is where we try to do everything for the sake of our friends, not for ourselves. It's all about pleasing them and bestowing upon them. That's what we call a blessing.
Exactly. And how do we know if we're restricting all our thoughts and desires? Can we test it?
That's an interesting question. According to our teacher, there's no specific test for it. It depends on our connection with our friends. The closer we are to each other, the more we work towards a common goal, adhering to one another and the Creator.
Fascinating. Now let's discuss the purpose of concealment by the Creator.
The purpose of concealment. It's all for us to realize how insignificant we truly are. The Creator wants us to understand how much we depend on Him, and it's a good thing. We should embrace it with joy.
Absolutely. Now, what happens with the corrections of those who leave the path?
Great question. All the corrections are predetermined from above. The need for corrections remains, and one day those who left will come back and continue. In fact, everyone in the world will have to correct themselves eventually.
Precisely, Matt. And now let's explore how we can invite the Creator into our group.
Well, it's through prayer. We need to turn to Him, ask Him, and continue working on our connection. As we get closer and closer to one another, our hearts will rub against each other, uniting as one heart.
That's beautiful. And lastly, I want to know how to reach the intention to bestow. Any ideas?
It's simple, Rob. We need to focus on getting closer to each other, becoming more and more connected among ourselves. From that point of connection, we will start to feel the Creator.
Truly inspiring, Matt. And that's all the time we have for today's episode of Insights. We hope you enjoyed this captivating discussion on cures and blessings in the work. Join us next time for more profound conversations. Goodbye and stay enlightened, everyone. Insights, where spirituality meets practicality. Discover, learn, grow, remember, like, subscribe and share. See you in the next episode.